What's up, YouTube? So, this is gonna be a quick video. Usually with my YouTube videos, it's like a free for all channel. So usually I'll just try to dish out some self help advices, or I'll just dish out my own experiences or how I view things. So the videos I'm saying is not right or wrong. It's just how I view things. Like I could say things 1 minute and then I could change it on the next minute. But anyways, let's just get to it, right? So what I realized about my life, or like what I realized about the people that are in my life, or the people I keep coming across with, and the like realizations I keep having like within myself. Um, this how I'm observing lately. Like my experiences may be different from yours, right? How I view things may be different from yours, but it's weird because like I feel like a lot of people in my life, not just in my life, but like just people globally, like a lot of people around the world, like a lot of people, like it's honestly like it's best to keep your distance from like most people, and to like guard your energy, and to shield your energy from most people, because I feel like a lot of people I keep coming across with lately, like they keep draining my energy, and like like there's just a lot of negative energy that I'm sensing. Like there's just something off about these people. I'm not sure it's because most people are very immature when it comes to their age. I'm not sure if it's like a spiritual thing going on. Like supposedly, like from a spiritual perspective, like time is speeding up, and like the energies are hitting different. So like it's causing most people to face their shadow selves, and like people's shadow side is coming to the surface, um, and that's one of the reasons why people are starting to act up more. Like their quote unquote their demons are starting to show up more, because they have a lot of trauma, they have a lot of pain within themselves. So therefore, they're just projecting all their bullshit onto me and onto other people who are on the right path. Such as, when I say on the right path, such as them healing, doing the healing work, them trying to like become more, people that are more self-aware, people that are aware of like the corruption that's going on. Like they're more aware of like the types of energies that are taking place in this timeline we're in. Like this time is speeding up, and just like all the corruption that's taking place, right? And on our healing journey, we tend to attract a lot of like just toxic people who are trying to start some bullshit with us. um and the things I just mentioned, like people's shadow side coming to the surface, like the energies coming into play. I didn't make this up on my own. Of course, I always gotta give that disclaimer. I've learned these from other I learned these from other YouTubers, from other spiritual channels. So I just want to give that disclaimer, because I don't want to take credit from other people's information. But that's what I learned from, and I personally believe that a lot of people that are a lot of people that are on a spiritual journey on YouTube, they talk about like the foods, like having certain like chemicals that are causing the human brain, or that are causing humans to act a certain way, not only with the chemicals in the food, but with like chemtrails, or like the chemicals in the sky, like all the TV programming, all the like Wi-Fi, the electronics, just everywhere. There's a lot of like bad chemicals and just bad shit that would influence the human brain. And this is why a lot of people on YouTube, they talk about like a lot of people, they're becoming, well, not a lot of people. There's this guy named Enofe, right? He mentioned that like a lot of people are becoming more and more dumb, and I agree with them, because like I've noticed this too. Like a lot of people, they are becoming more docile. They're becoming a lot more stupid and just dumb. And like, and I feel like, and from my own and I'm not just saying it because he's saying it, but like I believe what he's saying, because I'm experiencing this shit for myself. Like I'm experiencing people who they're not considerate. Like they don't have emotional intelligence, and they don't know when they're taking shit too far. Like a lot of people, like they're untrustworthy. A lot of people will disappoint you, and that's normal. But I'm just saying, like in today's timeline we're in, a lot of people's like their shadow side, like their toxic traits, is coming more to the surface. This is why, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm starting to have like a really bad feeling about people. This is why, like, I like I'm not into prayer like that, but I hate prayer because I hate like I hate the universe. I hate the creator so much because I feel like they're responsible for allowing and creating a lot of chaos and violence and bullshit into this human experience, right? But I guess going to source is the only closest thing I could go to when it comes to my spiritual protection, other than like yoga, fasting, healing my trauma. That's like human surface level shit and spiritual shit. Depends how you look at it, but me, I consider myself more of a like a religious type spirituality belief. I'm not Christian, or I'm not Catholic, but when I say religious, I believe there's a God. I believe there's a creator. Like, I believe there's good and evil, and I believe there's a duality. When I say I believe there's good and evil, I'm not saying like I believe in God or Satan. That could be real, but you just don't know, But I do believe in good and evil. Like, I hope I'm making sense. But I do believe there's a creator that created humans and that created spirit, that created the soul, And usually when I'm experiencing some really deep bullshit in life, then I'll usually go to that source and I'll pray, At least it's something, It's always good to have a belief or faith in something, But yeah, but I'm starting to pray more because like a lot of people they're just out of it, man. Like especially at work, like I always gotta like protect my peace, or like I always gotta set more intense, strict boundaries when it comes to a lot of people, because a lot of people, they're just going crazy these days, Like it's insane, Like it's kind of scary too. I'm not trying to be over dramatic or anything, and if you're watching this video, don't be like scared or anything. But but it just seemed like it. Like it is kind of scary knowing that like a lot of people, all their toxic bullshit, their bad habits, their trauma, their toxicity, it's coming to the surface. And it was very interesting that like a lot of people on YouTube who speak out about spirituality, who speak out about the corruption, like they know what they're talking about. Like they're very accurate. I'm not saying most of them are right, because we all make mistakes. We're all just speaking things from our own experiences, right? What they experience, you may not experience. So what resonates with you may not resonate with them. But from the most part, what they're saying is very accurate. Like a lot of people, they're becoming dumber and dumber. It's the chemicals. It's the spiritual energy. A lot of people, they're very like, they can't be trusted. And I understand a lot of human beings, they make mistakes, which is normal. But I'm talking about specifically in this timeline. Like people, like they just seem so, they seem so out of it, And to me, it's just like I have to like, there's a reason why I have to act a certain way towards people, or like I have to be closed off towards most people, and I gotta like me, I struggle with boundaries because of my upbringing, because I came from a very like dismissive family. Like I was never taught how to set proper boundaries. My father, he never taught me, like he was never here. I mean, he was here, but like he was never here. Like he never taught me how to do shit. Same thing with my mom, and same thing with my siblings. I mean, my whole family, they're just lost people. They're lost, and all the things I have to learn on my own. And I understand it's not a problem with me, but like a lot of people my age, they experience the same shit, and from other generations too. And this is where you get your generational curses, where a lot of families' bloodlines, they develop a lot of trauma, they develop a lot of just bullshit, like a lot of traumatic situations, and they cause more bullshit in next generation of family bloodlines, and then it's a constant cycle of abuse and lack of knowledge, And of course, I learned that from other YouTubers as well, and this is where I got the information from. I'm not explaining it into detail, but that's pretty much the overview of it, But yeah, but it's just crazy, man. Like in this timeline, like I really hope God, or like our fucking ancestors or whoever the fuck is responsible for this creation has our backs. At least the people who are doing the healing work. Like I really hope we do have a lot of spiritual protection, because like a lot of people they just can't be trusted these days, man. Like they'll drain your energy, they'll steal your energy, and I personally believe that like when people act up on you, it's not on them. It's like demonic influences. Like I feel like because there are times where I've experienced either a certain person or a group of people, even family members, a group of them who will like switch up on me out of nowhere, and like they'll do all this crazy evil shit towards me like out of nowhere, and it's not like a one time thing, but I've always experienced this shit my whole life, or people will switch up on me out of nowhere. Now people may think it's MK Ultra. Some people think it's spiritual warfare. Some people think it's lower vibrational entities trying to like influence people that are at a low vibration, or that are easy to control, and like they'll latch onto their energy, or they'll kind of possess them to act a certain way, and they'll manipulate them into disrespecting you, into like acting a certain negative way towards you, just to fuck with you, or just to like traumatize you, or just to scar you emotionally, you know. Like I personally believe things like this does happen, not only because I've heard this from other people, but I've also experienced this from myself and from my own intuition. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying from my experiences. My experiences may be different from your experiences. What I believe, you don't have to believe, you know. I'm just saying that's why I believe in it, because like it just seems like, you know, I've experienced this a lot, you know. And I understand like it's just a natural human instinct. Like human beings, like we're not perfect. We just naturally, like, we have a dark side, we have a shadow side, and we also have a good side and light side. And not only that, but like human beings, we all make mistakes as well. Like there are times where we're just not aware of it, and we're just fine. But I'm more speaking in like it's been a constant cycle, you know. Like I personally believe there are lower vibrational entities who will latch on to other people who are vibrating low, and they'll give these people the opportunity to manipulate them and trigger them into harming you. You know, I personally believe that. It could be one person or a group of people. It could be anyone. It could be through family members, through friends, through coworkers. It could be anyone, you know? And that's where you get your spiritual warfare from. And it could be MK Ultra. I don't know too much about MK Ultra. One of my shout out to one of my subscribers. He did mention that like he did mention about MK Ultra, you know, and that could be the case too, you know, or it could be both, you know, spiritual warfare and MK Ultra, which makes sense because you just never know what's in your food, like all the chemicals in your food. Supposedly chemtrails is a conspiracy theory, but it could be true, where like they could be putting certain chemicals in the sky to mess with humans, just like in all the TV programming. And I think they're having, I'll check the news, and like it was showing like a lot of AI. I don't know too much about it, but I was watching the news earlier last night, and like it was only for like a couple of minutes, but there's a person who's like on the news, like she was like in AI, like there's like an animated version of like the news lady on TV, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like is she animated while interviewing like a real life person? I'm just like, what the fuck? So like, and not only that, but and I was on Twitter earlier, and like now supposedly animation and AI is becoming more viral when it comes to the news. Like I don't know what they're doing, but like they're doing like certain types of animations and shit in AI technology. And I remember the people on YouTube who speak out about corruption, who speak out about spirituality, they did mention about like AI and like fucking like 5G tech, like is going to increase more because of the energies, and like how people, they're going to act up more, and like all this shit they're saying, like they're so accurate, you know. Obviously go with your intuition, or just meditate, or just ask God, or just know, like don't be too gullible to believe what everyone is saying to 100%, but so take what resonates to you, take what makes sense to you, and come up with your own conclusion through your own life experiences, through your own intuition, and through other people maybe, but more so towards you. But I'm just saying, like, with these YouTubers, like those YouTubers who speak out about spirituality and corruption, like I'm telling you, they're so accurate. Like I watched the videos way back, and then what's going on right now, I'll look back to their videos. I'm like, yeah, they did mention this and that. So they know what the fuck they're talking about, in my opinion. Or at least they're very accurate. But yeah, man. But not only that, but like it's just been like, I mean, like I naturally don't like people like that. I'm I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about certain types of people. Like me, like I said in my past videos, I'm always around like toxic, just negative people, right? I'm always around bullies and stuff, right? So like I naturally don't like people. I mean, I'm good at socializing. Like you see a person, like I do like talking to people. Like I met different kinds of people, which everyone does. But like, I don't know, man. Like I've always been around. Like I feel like God or the universe, they always put me around negative, toxic people just so like I could see the bad parts of people. And like it's just like ugh, like I have a very like people really disgust me sometimes, man. And again, I'm not saying I'm perfect. There are times where I have some dirt, where I done some things I've regretted, but I do try my best to change my ways. I'm not saying I'm there yet or I'm perfect, but I do try my best to change my ways. Always treat people with respect, because always treat people with kindness, because you just never know what people are going through. And I know you guys have heard about this before, because like you just never know what people are going through. It doesn't hurt to be kind. It's always good to send that positive energy, because this world is already like negative enough. Obviously set clear, proper boundaries, strict boundaries, but also like treat people with kindness and respect. Because this human experience, this human life, it's stressful. There's a lot of bullshit that takes place. It's naturally like painful. So of course the average human being, like all of us, we all experience bullshit, pain, and suffering, in some way. So this is why it's always good to treat people with respect and dignity, and just do the right thing, follow your heart. And not only that, but like you'll create good karma for yourself. And I feel like that's the best way to live life, is to like not cause chaos, is try to help people as much as you can, and obviously protect your own energy, protect your space, but like treat people with respect, treat people with kindness, treat people how you want to be treated. I know you guys heard about this before, but it's true. Always treat people how you want to be treated, because you just never know what people are going through. But still, and that's, I'm kind of all over the place, but still, but let me know in the comments, have you guys been experiencing the same thing? Like I'm always like I just view like most people, like I just don't like them. Like they're not good to be around with. I mean, yes, you can hang out with them, this and that, but more so keep your distance from them. Like I tend to like keep like arm's length with them. I hang out with them, but like I won't like fully hang out with them. You know what I'm saying? Like only on surface level things. Like if we're like gonna eat at a fucking drive-through, or if we're gonna just do some small talk. But that's pretty much it. And I'm not saying to be paranoid, because not everyone's like this. Like I could tell when someone has common sense. I could tell when someone has good intentions. But I could also tell when someone has bad intentions, or I could tell when they're not right in the head. And therefore you just gotta keep your distance from these people and set boundaries. But I hope like I hope like the energies, I hope it doesn't intensify, because a lot of people's like toxic traits are coming to the surface. So all I'm saying is just like be safe, set boundaries, and don't be paranoid. But just like if you think you're going crazy, if you think that people are becoming more dumb or toxic, then they're not crazy at all. It's just this is the nature of this human experience, where like there's naturally gonna be some weird bullshit going on. But just stay safe out here, set boundaries, and I wish you the best of luck. And like I know if you are dealing with like toxic, negative people, just keep your head up. I know it's frustrating. I know it feels lonely. I know it's extremely frustrating. It's just you just gotta defend yourself. You just gotta fight for yourself. Not literally. I mean, if you have to, then, but I'm just saying, like, just protect your peace. Your peace is your number one priority. and like stay safe and keep doing the right thing, stay on the right path. It's easier said than done, but it'll be extremely worth it. And stay out of trouble, because people who are very negative and toxic, they're not worth it, man. Like I've experienced this with family members, with people I keep coming across. So it could be anyone. Like they're not worth it. Keep your distance from these people, and just keep your distance from who's ever like you have a bad feeling from, or like who's ever causing you stress. Just it's not worth it. Pray if you have to. Pray for spiritual protection, and you'll be good. And watching this, have a good one, and stay safe, and peace be with you. And I'm out.